everybody? It's Davey from the 80s, and you are now entering the Cinema Chop Shop. So park your ass right there. While you're there, go ahead and hit that like, that share, and that subscribe button, especially that subscribe button, and go ahead and comment what you guys think about this video we about to do today. Today, we are talking about the 2019 movie Platform. I believe it's a Spanish flick. So Platform is one of those movies that's kind of been catching a lot of attention on Netflix. Shout out to Omar, my subscriber Omar, for putting me onto Platform and told me to watch it. Your description of a vertical snowpiercer is on point completely. So this movie is about a man who basically puts himself into a prison, and in this prison is like a self-management prison, and each level has to depend on the other level for food sources. So let me explain to you. I think there's 333 levels to this prison, and depending on which level you're on depends on probably the amount of food that you're going to get, because the food tray starts at the top and it starts to descend as people eat, and the more people eat, there's going to be less food towards you get to the bottom, especially with people that are greedy. That's where the whole idea of self-management comes in at. But, everybody's looking out for themselves. So this movie is basically following this man as he is spending 6 months there in order to receive some sort of, he's basically spending 6 months there in order to receive some sort of compensation for it, right? And this movie is basically following his journey as he maneuvers through the tower, because every month the tower changes floors, and depending on where you're at depends on the amount of danger you're going to be in. Because if you think about it, the higher you are, the better off you are, because that food source that comes down will be plentiful. But the lower it goes, the more scarce it gets. So you can only imagine the type of things that go on the lower floors of this tower, right? This self-management tower. We follow this character who basically puts himself in there, and he interacts with different inmates that he's coming across during this film, right? In all honesty, man, this film was really, really good. If you enjoyed the movies, if you actually enjoyed Snowpiercer, there's no doubt in my mind that you will enjoy this movie. This movie, in a way, to me, touches on sort of it touches on sort of class issues. That's kind of like, to me, that's like the metaphoric philosophy behind this movie. It's class struggles, getting your message across to the elites, doing what the elites want you to do, or and then also how human beings work, how human behavior is manipulated by the stress that's around them. People tend not to be rational in chaos, and I think this movie depicts that excellently. It's hard to be rational around chaos, and it's hard to think once you're in chaos, and once you're wrapped in chaos, you're in an instinct mode. Your instinct is, I'm in here to ensure my survival, and that's it. And once you're in your survival mode, you can give a damn what happens to anybody else. And that's kind of like the backwards philosophy of this tower. It's all about, in an environment where you typically have to look out for yourself. Can you care about others? Can you manage yourself for the betterment of others? And that's honestly the deep philosophy within it. That message to me is very important, because in society, especially in today's age, we are surrounded by the most craziest events that have transpired in a year span ever, and we are surrounded by chaos. And in times when we are surrounded by chaos, can we continue to be rational? Can we continue to make rational decisions? Can we continue to look out for the betterment of the people around us? And I think it's funny because this movie is all about that. Now, the cast in this movie is amazing. The old man that looks low-key like Anthony Hopkins, he always has me cracking up, especially when he's like, ovio, like obvious, and then that's his word. So that made me laugh a lot because that old dude was funny. The main character, you his character development from this like, oh, I'm not going to participate in this nonsense, and watching him go from like a human being who honestly cares for others, and then and starts to transform and develop into what the prison made him. And it started to create kind of like not an animal, but it starts to basically bring out the demons that are inside of him. And basically, once that switch clicks for survival mode, you see a whole different person. And honestly, it talks to this movie the way that it approaches the psyche of a human being and how chaos and stressful situations can bend that psyche. I honestly think that it was done in an amazing manner, and I would honestly recommend this movie for anybody that's out there watching this video right now. So the cast is those two honestly, the old man that looks like Anthony Hopkins and the main character, I forgot his name, but those two caught my interest off the back. Those two are the most entertaining characters in this film. There's also a subplot where there's a female prisoner involved, and she's trying to find someone. Her character kind of reminds me of someone from Kill Bill. I don't know why, but maybe you'll get the reference when you see the movie. But in all honesty, those two characters stole the show. The plot of the movie is amazing. The metaphoric philosophy in the movie is amazing, and honestly, if you have a minute, I would recommend going on Netflix and watching this. So with that being said, I'm about to hit you with some spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled and you've never seen this film, go ahead and step out of the room, close the door, put your fingers in your ear, go la 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 la. Do what you need to do because you can't hear this right now. Spoiler time. All right. So the funniest damn thing that I've seen is I did not expect that man to hit that man with a dookie torpedo. I did not expect to see that. When he was climbing up the thing and he got hit in the forehead with a dookie torpedo, I lost it. I was like, that shit was disgusting. It looked low key kind of realistic, and I was kind of upset because man, why the only black men in this movie got to get shitted on? Like literally, like that shit drove me up the wall. I was like, man, why had to happen to him? Why? Like, come on, man. Like, why couldn't it be somebody else, man? Like, So that I know that's kind of like off topic and has nothing to do with the film, but the fact that the black man got shitted on bothered me low key. Um, also, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect there to be a little girl there. I thought old girl was tripping and I thought she was going through psychosis and she just hallucinated a damn kid because I mean the main character of the damn movie was hallucinating his cellmates that killed. Like he killed his cellmate or whatever. He was hallucinating him, and then old girl that hung herself, he was hallucinating about her. So he was talking to his damn spirits of people that he killed and shit. So I honestly thought that that the old girl that was looking for her daughter was tripping. But to find out that they actually did find a kid was kind of crazy. Now, if it turns out that they were fucking hallucinating and that kid didn't even exist, that's crazy as shit too. But I digress. This movie also has kind of like that. It kind of has a lot of. It kind of has biblical references, and how society, in a way, kind of turns. Once everything turns to chaos, they kind of rely. They kind of revert back to the old biblical sense. If you get what I'm trying to say, the fact that what's his name became the main character became the messenger, and he was trying to send a message to the people above, and that to me had a sort of biblical message, and then it turns out that the message that he sends was a child. So that to me that had kind of like sort of hints of biblical references, and I think a lot of that has to do with the chaos that was surrounding them. What else about this movie? In all honesty, dude, I honestly like the plot. It's funny that somebody would honestly send themselves to prison to get something. So he wanted to go to prison in order to get that 6 month diploma. And the Anthony Hopkins looking old man, he went because he threw somebody out of a damn window or something. So in all honesty, man, I really like this movie. Shout out to Omar again for recommending this movie. This movie was epic. If I had to give it a grade, I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. Very entertaining film. That's my review of this. Those are the spoiler reviews. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button on the way out. And until next time, adios.